than his last game. A 5.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. The numbers for him from a week ago: 9 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute them. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20+.
To throw is Stafford. They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. You talk about this Jets defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stop the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Back deep for the Jets, Mecole Hardman. This is brought in at the 21. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Jets will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Delay of game, offense.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Give to Hall running right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game: 21 carries, 87 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
I got you, baby.
Second and 14.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Still second down.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Let's go. Let's dominate this.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. This one finds Wilson downfield. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of the game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing is Stafford. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Worth in the middle of the field, and he's got him incomplete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. The Jets at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. That is caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 23. Now Rodgers, a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A give, running right is Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Throwing now is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The LA defense Up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Allen Lazard, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. Sheds off the tackle. L.A. readies for its next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 3rd and 19. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hardman to return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Well, once again, here comes Garrett Wilson in the Jets offense. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him. They haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him. And maybe
there he goes left side. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a touchdown. Breece Hall, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Done good with the extra point. And it's now 21-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Taken at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And Kupp going to pick up a Rams first down as he'll get this up to the 39.
And the Rams first down.
Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 6. To the air again, Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Hardman on the return.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Here's Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go. A hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and it's down the numbers. There he goes. Down to the 10, and he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
C.J. Mosley able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. A final shot before the break. Stafford. And he's got some space here. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10.
Second half starts with a run by Hall.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
105 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Gonna look deep for Wilson.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And Rodgers is gonna go down. He's sacked.
The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. How to approach this? 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Jets.
Israel Abanikanda.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Jets open the lead up to 34-0. Done good with the extra point.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by DJ Reed. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, boy, tough conditions out there. I don't know if a defender slipped or what, but he had a man wide open, and that's a bad one to miss on. They don't come a whole lot easy.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just...
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way down to the 9. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Open man, that's Henry.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Rams take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point put through by Succop. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 119 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line. That's the end of the third.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the... Back now in Austin. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On first down, Rodgers. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets are on their way to a 2-0 start. Done good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So done now following the score. Back out to send this away. And this taken in at the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And Stafford's going to be taken down. It's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The holding penalty and negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. A handoff for Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
173 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll go again with Hall. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Here's a give to Hall. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Hall again on 2nd down. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it.